Hi everyone, John here from All Miniatures Great and Small, and today we're going to be doing another unboxing. This time we're going to be looking at Master and Commander. This is the starter set for the Black Seas game from Warlord Games. This is an Age of Sail battle game, if the picture on the box didn't give it away, covering the years 1770 to 1830. So that's your Napoleonics, your American Civil War, the War of 1812, all of that chunk of time. Now, if you've been following the channel for any length of time, you know I'm kind of a ship junkie. I like ships. I've been kind of on a ship kick as of late with American Civil War. I like ships regardless of what they are: spaceships, sailing ships, World War II ships, ironclads. So this kind of game seemed like a no-brainer. I was able to find this copy on Super Sale, so I wanted to pick it up and give it a shot. I always wanted to do it, but sometimes the price on these seemed a little prohibitive, and we'll talk a little bit about that later in the unboxing. So this again is the starter set. I think retail it's like 70 bucks, and it has a good selection of ships in it. So let's flip it over and check out what the back of the box says here. All right, so you got a picture here of all the lovely contents, the ships themselves. This starter set contains a softback rulebook, highly detailed 1/700 scale plastic ship models, 3 frigates and 6 brigs, plastic ship assembly guide, printed acetate rat lines, full color sail sheets, rigging thread, full color Royal Navy, French Navy, privateer, pirate flags, double-sided battle mat, 3 die-cut punch card islands, towers, rulers, game tokens, wake sheets, ship data cards, Black Seas wool for smoke and fire, and game dice. Looks like D10s, D6s, and D3s. I wonder what they're calling D3s, except a D6. Okay, so that looks pretty cool. I'm looking at these models here. They look very nice. Now, in other videos I've mentioned GHQ, that company. They produce a line of 1/1200 sailing ships, and I do have a small collection of those that I've played another Age of Sail game from. So these are a little bit bigger than those GHQ models, and I'll probably dig one out and show you guys, if not in this video, in a subsequent video. So, all right, I always like starter sets because you always get a really good deal compared to the individual boxes. This looks like this frame has 2 brigs on it. So we'll take a closer look at these in just a moment, but it looks like 1, 2, 3 frames of those. So those are going to be your 6 brigs. Then you've got a single frame for each frigate. These do look identical. We'll take a closer look at that in a moment as well. All right, let's see. Let's check out the rest of this box. So I do like this idea or concept. It comes with some smoke, and I think it does serve a gameplay function, which is pretty cool. You have your dice. Oh, there we go. So they are 3-sided dice. How weird is that? I mean, clever, but very cool. Then you've got a bag full of goodies. So these must be the sails. And it looks like these are just cardboard, pre-punched. Let's go ahead and open this bag and take a look at the contents. Okay, we have Dragon to thank for packing our package here, so thank you. We've got, I don't know how to play the game, so These cards are probably going to be pretty useless to me right now, at least as far as explaining to you what we're seeing here. I imagine these are ship cards, these are your brigs, those are your frigates. Oh no, large merchant, large merchant, large merchant, fifth rate frigate. So you can kind of see what you got there. Okay, so you got ship cards. You have some kind of gauge. You have a larger gauge. So probably for, maybe these are for the brigs and these are for the frigates. You have rat lines, which is an interesting way to do this. I'm curious to see how it turns out. I've rigged smaller GHQ ships and rigging is just but I don't know, that looks pretty good. Maybe that'll work pretty well. You have basically just a sheet of paper with flags. You got your pirate flags, British flags, French flags over here, more French flags. Okay. Then we've got several sheets of sails. Now these are like a gloss card stock. So still pretty thin, but also the idea is they didn't want to do the masts in metal or plastic, I guess. So they're giving you paper masts, or not masts, sorry, sails. So that's interesting. I'm not sure. I mean, the pictures on the box make it look good, so maybe this is good. My initial instinct is it's paper, so how good could it be? But I'm willing to give it a shot because, like the GHQ models and some of the other companies, their sails are either, well, they're almost all metal, and as a result, it's kind of thick. So scale-wise, it's out of proportion. Maybe this is a little bit better as far as scale appearance. I don't know how hard it's going to be to attach rigging to these corners of the sail, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So there are, let's see, we got 1, 2, 3 sheets, and I'm assuming this is for, the bottom ones are for brigs and the top one is for your frigate. So that's pretty cool. You got all that stuff and your cards. Let's set that to the side and keep investigating the box. All right, this is very cool and very appreciated. Some thread for your own rigging. So I really like this. I am kind of, I've said it before, I'm not a fantastic modeler by any stretch of the imagination, but I can get pretty meticulous, and like when I was building sailing ships, I went to the Joann's fabric store to try to find the perfect thread to use for rigging, and it just drove me crazy. So the fact that they're giving me rigging that I don't have to go figure that out myself is a huge plus, and a big thanks to Warlord for that. Then we've got assembly instructions for the frigate, which looks like the hull is 4 pieces. The masts are 3 pieces, well, some extra pieces there, but looks pretty easy to build. And the brigs, we've got the brigs, which look even easier to build. Okay, then we've got, oh, this part was packed by Mirella. Thank you, Mirella. Then we've got a very nice looking, now this is just paper, but this is pretty big. Now I'm fortunate enough that I have neoprene naval mats already, but this is well appreciated. I mean, it looks pretty big. And the texture on here looks pretty cool. And I think the box said that this was double-sided. Oh yeah, so a lighter color there. Very nice. So you got your more stormy sea and more calm sea. Then we've got the cardstock. Now this is pretty cool. We've got tokens. Things like mast hit, sails hit, rudder hit, crew hit. We have islands, shore batteries, it looks like. Now there's a third sheet in here, so let me open that and we'll be right back. I always appreciate quality components, and this definitely looks like it has it. So that's out of the wrapper. It's double-sided. Looks like it's to match the mat. Here's the dark matte and the light, more vibrant sea. Then this is the one we couldn't see, so I'm not sure what these are. Looks like range rulers, maybe to turn. That's very cool. You got your double shot, your grape, chain shot, hot shot. Got more tokens down here. Looks like maybe upgrades. And looks like it's just duplicated on the back side. Very cool. And then this is what we saw. Again, looks like the same stuff, just with a different water texture. Nice. And it's not super thick, but it's thick enough. And these pieces are small enough that I bet you won't have any problem with warping. Or not much anyway. And then it looks like, last but not least, we have the rulebook. So I always like these rule books. This one's nice in color. Looks pretty cool. Lots of scenarios. A brief guide to tall ships. It looks like there's a lot of nice history and information in here. Very cool. Alright, so that's the rule book. Let's go back now and take a look at the plastic itself. So this is one of the brigs. Let's go ahead and zoom in. Oops. Nice little waterline models. You can see the decking, you can see the cannons. I like how the cannons are basically two-piece anchors, masts. Very cool. And then we've got the frigate sprue. Some very good detail here. Got your anchors. I guess these are mastheads here. An option of different, I don't know, it's the stern of the ship, I forget what those are called. But you've got your masts. The lowest sail is furled, and then your paper sails will go up here. So it's very interesting. I'm looking forward to digging in and building some of these ships, especially since I'm on kind of a ship kick. I do want to see what these look like built, and then I do want to play the game before I decide if I want to invest any more money or coverage into it. But I'm looking forward to checking it out. So there you go, guys. We've got the rulebook, the awesome mat, we've got the cardboard counters, we've got all the cards and sails and flags, the instructions, we've got our frames, again 3 frigates and 6 brigs. I'm not sure how that's intended to be split. I guess on the back it said you can build one of the frigates as a merchant, so maybe that's how it's meant to be, a frigate and 3 brigs on the side and a merchant ship. But I don't know for sure. And then you got your thread for rigging, you've got your dice including the D3, which is pretty cool, and you've got your smoke, which is another thing I really like. And that just goes to, you know, they could have just said find some cotton balls to mark this, but it looks like they're giving you everything in the game short of paint and glue to play, which is something I really appreciate. So good job, Warlord. Don't know how the rules are going to pan out, but so far presentation wise, very impressed. All right, well there you go, guys. That's a look at the Master and Commander starter set for Black Seas. Before I go, I just want to mention too, please check us out on Facebook at All Miniatures Great and Small. You can kind of keep track of what we're up to there. Also, we really appreciate a like and subscribe here on YouTube. Also, click that bell so you can receive notification when we release new content. As always, thanks for watching and keep on wargaming.